So what happens now?
Well, Destiny picks us up, and then you tell us everything that you've learned since breaking the code. Come on. You had to know that this game wasn't going to last forever.
It's not a game, Colonel. Destiny's mission requires a level of commitment I doubt anyone in that ship's prepared to make.
What mission? There is no mission other than getting these people home.
You're wrong. It was never about going home. It's about getting us to where we're going.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
You know, these past few weeks, I've learned so much more about the ship, about its mission. It's far more important than we ever thought.
Okay, let's hear it.
Are you familiar with the cosmic microwave background radiation?
Noise left over from the Big Bang.
A long time ago, the ancients made a discovery. They found evidence of a structure buried deep within the background radiation. They believed that at one time, this structure had genuine complexity, coherence. Therefore, could not have occurred naturally.
How is that even possible?
It's not. At least not according to our current understanding of physics. Nor could we even see this structure with our technology.
Okay, so what are we talking about? Some kind of code? A message?
Message, perhaps. Or a sign of intelligence from the beginning of time.
Sent by?
Well, that's the very question they sought to answer when they launched Destiny. That is the mission. We're talking about a mystery rooted in the foundation of reality. A puzzle with pieces scattered across the length and breadth of the universe itself.
I swear to God, Rush, if this is another one of your hoaxes...
Once I'd broken the code, I had access to the ship's complete archive. There are thousands of pages devoted to this. Scientific research, philosophical debate.
If we don't have the technology to see this thing, how the hell am I supposed to believe...
Because Destiny is not our technology, Connor. The ancients left us their data, as well as the ship.
And you've seen this data?
I'll show it to you. I don't promise you're gonna understand it, but it's there. Someone's got to see this mission through. We're here, why not us? Stop saying we don't belong in that ship. Embrace it. Move forward. Stop looking behind us.
I just want to get these people home.
Well, I'm starting to think that seeing this mission through may be our only chance of ever doing that.
Well, what does that even mean?
We're talking about a level of order, present at the very beginning of space-time, that goes beyond anything we ever conceived. I believe that the more we learn, the more pieces Destiny uncovers, and the greater our power to control everything around us will be.
So it is about power?
Yes, Colonel. Power to change things. Control our fate. Right the wrongs.
To play God?
No. To gain greater understanding.
What the hell do you want from me?
I want you to work with me. Together. Side by side for the benefit of everyone.
Oh. It'd be a hell of a lot easier if you stopped keeping secrets.
It's fair to say we've had our differences, but that ends today. You have my word.
Oh man, you are a lot of work.
All right. Wow. Cosmic microwave background radiation. Welcome. So what we just saw was Dr. Rush explaining to Colonel Young what Destiny's mission is. So I think Young just found out that Rush had already accessed the bridge and broke the master code, and Rush found out this information about the true nature of Destiny's mission. So let's think about this. Wow, cosmic microwave background radiation. This was first theorized, and then it was later discovered, I think maybe on accident or on purpose. I think it might have been on accident. And these guys had these horn type of radio antennas, and they were picking up the signal in I think the 70s or something. I don't know my dates and all that, but they were picking up the signal and no matter where they pointed this device. So they thought it was interference from something, but they pointed at something else. Then they thought it was pigeons that had made nests, and So they went and cleaned out all these pigeon droppings out of these foreign antennas. And I'll try to get a photo of that for you. And they were still picking up the signal. When they measured it, it was another group of scientists. I think these, first of all, I think these guys were working for like Bell Laboratories for some reason or another. But yeah, another group of scientists connected the signal that they found to what was predicted through um, relativity first of all, um, and then it came up in the Friedman. So yes, I had to look some of this up. Some of this is right out of my head. Some of it I have to look up. I'm not perfect, but so they connected this, and it was a temperature type of profile. So based on the expansion of the universe, Hubble's law, and the Hubble constant, which is not really a constant, so it's really called a Hubble parameter. It varies, and so cats. So it's about the expansion of the universe. Now, if you measure the expansion of the universe, you can, it's on the redshift. And if you do that using if you know the distance, what you have to use, I think it's the distance modulus type of calculation based on the absolute and apparent magnitude of what you're viewing. So they would look at galaxies and they'd make a measurement of its apparent magnitude. Apparent magnitude is how bright it seems to us from Earth. The absolute magnitude is how bright it would appear from like a specified distance, which we have to assume those values based on the types of galaxies we look at. This is something we do in our astronomy class stuff. But they have to take many measurements on many galaxies. There's no shortage of those to look at. So then they can calculate the Hubble constant and the rate of the expansion of the universe. Now, what is the cosmic microwave background radiation? Well, if it seems to be this signal or energy, what we would call a frequency wavelength type of thing, that has stretched out because the universe is expanding. So originally it was extremely high energy, high frequency type of something that is present from the beginning of the universe. And since the universe is expanding like a slinky, it's being stretched out. So its wavelength gets longer, its frequency gets shorter. Up until the point where we view it now, it's in the microwave part of the electromagnetic spectrum, and it's a temperature measurement when they do it now. So the first one was the COBE satellite, and that was launched, I think, in 89, early 90s, something like that. Now the COBE stands for oh goodness. The Cosmic Background Explorer. This is from NASA, and that was the first one to measure it. So I'm going to show these profiles they plotted from the measurements from that. Okay, so you'll be able to view that here. All right. Now the next one that was launched, well, there's been quite a few more, but the more famous ones is the WMAP. Now that's the Wilkinson's Microwave anisotropy probe. So isotropy means everything's the same. It's even. It's homogeneous. Isotropic. When you put the root word ani in front of it, that means without that. So it's not homogeneous. It's not isotropic. It has variations. So if you have a variation in the cosmic microwave background radiation, that means something was variable from the start of the universe. Now, whether you believe in, and that's where they say it's a, as Colonel Young said, it's noise left over from the Big Bang. That's it's noise left over definitely from the beginning of the universe, if you believe in the Big Bang. And then there's multiple theories in cosmic evolution and cosmology and how that use the term Big Bang. So we have to be kind of loose when we use that word. There's multiple theories on that. Or if you believe the universe was created by a supreme being or supernatural being or God of some, then that's what we would be referring to on that front. So whatever you believe in. Um, but either way, the cosmic microwave background radiation is something from the beginning of the universe. And that's amazing that Stargate Universe put this in their show because, well, it's the philosophical implications. This show, when you think about it, it's really makes you think. It pushes the limits of sci-fi. It pushes the limits of physics. Is what he's saying true? Is there some signal hidden in the microwave background radiation? Well, let's take a look at the WMAP data. And this is a temperature. I think it's 2.742 or something like that. Kelvin, it's in temperature. So that's just 0 degrees Kelvin is absolute zero. Nothing can get to absolute zero in this universe, but you can get extremely close. It's in the mathematics, it'll be a limit. So you'll have to integrate that, and the limit will approach a certain value but never quite reach it because it takes more and more energy to pull heat out of something to make it colder, and it takes an infinite amount of energy to pull all the heat out to make it exactly 0 degrees Kelvin. But that's not what we're looking at. It's really cold though. It's really near absolute zero. Now you see the variations in this. Now let's go ahead on the Planck spacecraft, which was launched, I think, in the early 2000s. Let me see if I can find that one out. Planck spacecraft. The Planck surveyor is, I'm way off. WMAP was launched in the early 2000s. Planck was launched in 2009. And let's look at this data. It's even more detailed. So we're seeing the profile. It's an oval shape. So when you think of those maps you used to see in school on the board of the Earth, it's in an oval shape because you have to convert a three-dimensional, a sphere image into that shape. So it's a little distorted. So you have to kind of wrap your mind around that a little bit. We can also do a three-dimensional one on a computer. But this is amazing, an amazing topic. Is there some pattern to that? Well, it's not uniform. That shows the beginning of the universe, at least if that's true. A lot of variations happened since then to now. So is this random information? Is this all random? Maybe. Or does it have some order or structure to it? And that's what you need to think about, and you figure that and decide for yourselves. So, wow, all this from Stargate Universe, isn't that great? Well, Hubble's law, let me mention that briefly, and then I'll leave you with another clip. Hubble's law, it kind of explains the expansion of the universe. And it's based off parallax. So the units of the Hubble parameter is, well, the Hubble parameter is based off the equation. So you have the velocity, recessional velocity of a galaxy moving away from us since the universe is expanding. times the Hubble parameter times the distance of that. Sorry, the recessional velocity equals the Hubble parameter times the distance of that velocity. When we have to, as I mentioned before, you have to use the distance modulus and the equation to calculate distance based on the intensity, the magnitude of what we're observing. So this works sometimes, but this is why there's a lot of blurry lines here. The Andromeda galaxy, our nearest galaxy compared to the Milky Way, is actually moving towards us. So it's blue shifted. It's not red shifted like all the other further away galaxies. So there's a little bit of uncertainty on what's really happening. Plus, the James Webb Telescope is finding fully formed galaxies at far enough distances that contradicts a lot of our models of the Big Bang. And that is a problem. That's a big problem in physics right now. So hopefully a lot of you very, very smart people can go and investigate and find out some more information and figure more of this out. But back to Stargate. Is this something that people will get passionate about, trying to understand the origins of the universe? Oh, yes, it is. Many debates I've seen on TV and YouTube and in real life about this very subject. I've been involved with quite a few of those debates. But let's take a look at the alternate timeline of Stargate Universe. I believe it's Twin Destinies, where Fresh is giving a talk to the crew.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, please. Dr. Rush would like to say a few words.
My friends. Oh yes, perhaps that is an overstatement. But we are at least shipmates who have, up until now, shared great adversity. I know a lot of you, probably most of you, also share the hope of going home. It is a fact that the conditions inside the star bode very poorly for the sustained viability of a wormhole, and I owe it to you all to tell you that.
Still trying to scare people and get on with this.
The ancients did not devote the efforts of an entire generation to build this ship on a whim. Neither was destiny named on a whim. Over 1 million years ago, the ancients discovered a complex structure buried deep within the background radiation, the fingerprints of an intelligence that existed very near the beginning of time itself. Destiny was launched in search of that intelligence. Who knows how close we are to finding it? How close we are to learning, in the ancients' words, the destiny of all things. I don't pretend to know when that's going to be, in which stars that will happen, or even how that will change our view of the universe. I only know that destiny has come this far, and if we abandon her now, there'll be no coming back. All of that knowledge will be lost forever. I believe this journey is the reason I'm here. But I can't hope to do it alone. I ask you to come with me.
You know, I believe that those of you who want to go home deserve that chance. But I joined Stargate Command for a reason. So I too am willing to stay aboard. What we are looking for are 10 volunteers. So I am asking those of you who want to be here to please step forward.
All right, listen to me. You've already accomplished the damn mission. Our goal was to investigate the 9th Chevron address, and you've done that. Now, I do not deny that there once was a mission, but if it was as important as Rush claims it to be, they sure as hell couldn't expect us to do it. There is no noble voyage to save the universe or to meet God or whatever it is that Rush has sold you on. There is only the day that this ship dies.
David, we don't know that.
I've got a good mind to try to take you all back by force.
Good luck with that.
Those of you still taking part in the evacuation are going to form 2 lines. Everything we carry with us becomes a projectile in a 9 Chevron transit, so we are going home with the clothes on our backs, nothing more. Eli has warned them to expect us, but it seems that a radio signal does not reach across the 9 Chevron connection, so I'll go first to warn them that we're on our way. We will follow in 3-second intervals, 2 at a time. Eli, are we ready?
Yeah, the program's all set. You're good to go.
"15 minutes, people. And we go home."
Wow. That's a great scene. It sets the alternate timeline, so we know that Destiny, that version of the crew went back in time and started the planets. Novus and eventually Futura. Remember, it's a font. But that version of Rush went back in time 12 hours, and then that version of Talford is the one that went back to Earth on the regular timeline. I can't figure that part out. But it's great. What would you do if you were on that ship and you were stranded from home? Would you go home, or would you wanting to find out the secrets of the universe and stay on board Destiny? That's a hard question. What would you do? As the characters did, we saw the first person who instantly volunteered was Sergeant Greer, not even hesitating. Then Mr. Volker. And we know Mr. Volker and Sergeant Greer have a very unique connection. A physiological one. And then we see even Navarro and come up as Chloe and Lieutenant Scott. The only reason he came up with volunteered because Chloe volunteered. Looked like he wanted to go home. Lieutenant James did, and a couple of Navarro did, as I said. So yeah, check out my video on Varro if you haven't seen that, and also my video on Lieutenant James if you have not seen that one either. I did a little bit on Colonel Telford's character on another video. Anyways, thank you for your time, and I hope this was informative, and I hope that you really like the show and show your support for all of it. And you can support me if you like. You don't have to. I'm more Undo Meow on both YouTube and X. So remember, be nice and be nice to each other. Thank you.